western part of Germany is widely known for its heavy industry. What laid central in this industry was the large amounts of coal, which powered the industrial growth. In 2018, the last coal mine had to close its doors, which meant an end to the over 200-year-old chapter of German history. But to this day, many traces and complexes can still be found. A section which is widely overlooked are the training complexes of the coal companies. Join us and discover with us what is left of one of those former training centers. We started our adventure in a big, unassuming hall. Not much is referring here to the former coal industry. In its heyday, it was probably used as a communal hall for the young miners. A bit further, the first, more visible traces can be found. The first one was a small mural, picturing a headstock and the skyline of the nearby area. It shows you that the mines were quite connected to the identity of this area. A bit further, a more impressive mural can be found. A miner and its equipment. It's a direct showcase of a world which does not exist anymore. The function of this building was to train young student miners in a safe learning environment before they went down into the real mines. For this, a realistic mine was constructed in this building. Let's head to that part. Right now we are in the real highlight of the structure. In this fake shaft, many student miners were trained. They were trained in all different kind of sections, which could be found in the real mines. We will look at all the different sections. The first machine we came across was this long yellow machine. I don't exactly know what the former function was, but my guess is that it was used for the power supply of the other machines. In general, electricity was needed extensively to power the heavy machines. The larger coal mines were even known for having its completely own power plants. A bit further, a rather big contrast could be found. A sauna? Unfortunately, it was not. It was just a smaller classroom. This building we are standing in now was probably constructed in the 70s, by the way. This was the time when coal mines got a lot more mechanized. So mock-up mines were constructed to teach these more advanced machines to the new and older miners. A bit further down the shaft lies a small corridor with a rather interesting sight. This is probably the most imposing sight of the whole complex. These presses here would cut into the walls of a shaft to stabilize it and to make it wider. And what a machine! In total, the machine was over 30 meters long. It truly shows you what a massive operation it must have been inside a real mine. At the end of the narrow corridor we came across yet another shaft. Let's follow the shaft and talk a bit about why it's abandoned right now. Back in 2015, the third remaining mine was closing just a couple of kilometers further from here. With this closure, the training center became pretty much useless, which meant it had to shutter its doors. Just 3 years later, the last 2 mines in this area were also closed down. This meant it was the end of an era for this industry. Alright, we are nearly at the end of the tunnel system. But before we head out, we came across probably the coolest classroom I've ever seen. It was a classroom inside the shaft. To me, this complex really symbolized the end of an era of the German coal industry. It shows you that a lot more was impacted after the closure of the mines. And those were complete careers and lives which had existed for generations. Do you want to see early previews on what's coming next to the channel? If that's the case, follow the official Instagram page or Facebook page of Forgotten Buildings. Check it out at Forgotten Buildings.